How's it going, everybody? This is Darren with GuitarControl.com bringing you this video lesson. And today I've got 3 more subscriber requested riffs. So be sure to click on the link in the description for the tabs, and let's get close up and take a look at these. Alright, so the very first one we have is Round and Round by Ratt. And I will just warn you in advance, this has always been an incredibly troublesome riff for me to play consistently. I don't know what it is about this, but it's just, I really struggled, and when I got the request for this, I was just like, oh. But, you know, I'm going to do it anyway. Alright, so, to start off, we've just got an E5 power chord. So, first finger on the 7th fret of the A string, and then my 3rd finger is just barring the 9th fret of the D, G, and area, the D and G string. So that's on 1, so it's like 1, and then 2, and 3, and 4. Just pedaling the E string. Then we've got all of these little dyads, double stops, whatever you want to call them. So the first one here, 3rd finger is on the 9th fret of the G string, 2nd finger's on the 8th fret of the B string. So this is, we're hitting this on the and of 4, and then it's tied to the downbeat of 1. So it like rings out as the equivalent of a quarter note. And then on the and of 1 we hit it again, and on the downbeat of 2, we're just going to put our first finger here onto the 7th fret of the G string, and our 2nd finger is still on the 8th fret of the B string. Then 7 and 7. And then 7 and 5, and then 5 and 5. So that's like the first part of it. Now, the thing that's tough, where I've had the problems, as soon as you hit that, then you have to immediately start pedaling the 3rd fret of the A string. It goes to the C. So jumping over there in time is kind of difficult. So we pedal that. Now we're going to do that shape again, but we have to go back to the pedal. So you have to reach all the way up. So your first finger's on the 3rd fret of the A string, your 2nd finger's on the 5th fret of the G string, and then your 4th finger's on the 7th fret of the B string. So it's a pretty big stretch. So we're going to hit that we hit the pedal out C twice. Then we're going to back to barring the 5th fret of the G and B string. And then we pedal the open D string once. Then we're going to put our middle finger down here onto the 8th fret of the B string. And we're going to pull off to that. Then we scoot all that shape all the way up, so our first finger's on the 9th fret of the G string, and our 2nd finger's on the 10th fret of the B string. Then we're going to hit the open low E, and then hit that chord again, and then end here on the 9th fret. And then it's somewhat kind of repeats. So after we hit that bar there, then we're right back to where we started on the and of 4 of the first measure. So the 9 and 8. And then the whole thing would just, well, not repeat, because that's just like the intro, and then it does that during the chorus too, I believe. so the next one we're going to look at is Power of the Night by Savatage. So this song is actually in drop C, so they're tuned down a whole step and then the drop tuning. But I'm just in drop D. So if you want to be able to be in the same key as them, you'll have to tune down an entire whole step. So for this riff, we start off with just the open low E string, palm muted on 1. And then on the downbeat of 2, it's the 5th fret on the A string with your 3rd finger. So 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's the first measure. Then on the second measure, we go down to the 3rd fret of the D string. And then, so this is like 1, and then on the end of 1, the open low E string. Then the downbeat of 2, 2nd fret of the D string. Then the end of 2, the open low E. And we also hit the open low E again on the downbeat of 3. And then on the end of 3, 2nd fret of the D string. Downbeat of 4 is the 3rd fret, and a 4 is the 5th fret. So that's like half of the riff. Then starting on the 3rd measure, it's the same as the first. 4th measure, we just come down to a B flat 5. So 1st finger on the 1st fret of the A string, 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the D string. And this is a half note. It's like 1, 2, and then for beat 3 and 4, it's C5. So we just move that up a whole step, and then it just repeats. So it's. All right, and then finally we have Nobody Rides for Free from Dirty Looks. So this is pretty simple as far as what you're doing with your fretting hand, and what you're doing with the picking hand isn't too terribly difficult, but it's just the timing and the swing on this is kind of weird. It's kind of tricky to get down. So all right, so what we've got is we play the open low E string, and then just the high E and B strings open. So there's like it's like this, and then there's a rest, and then like the percussive they're doing it, it's like on the B and the G string, I think, but really anywhere, as long as you get that in there. So that's one measure. That's the first 3 measures. And then on measure 4, so where it starts to get a little bit trickier, you got then open low E to the 3rd fret, and then we've got this E5 chord here. So on the 2nd fret of the D string with my 1st finger, 3rd fret of the G string, or excuse me, the 4th fret of the G string with my 3rd finger, and the 5th fret of the B string with my 4th finger. And we hit that, and then we just go to a D. So the easiest way to make the transition is just to keep your 1st finger where it is. Well, technically you're going to take your 1st finger and you're going to move it from the D string to the G string. So move that up, bring your 2nd finger to the 3rd fret of the B string. So we're not hitting the high E in this. Then we hit the open low E to the 3rd fret, back to that D again, to A, and then open 3, open 3, open. And then it just repeats. So getting those chord changes that's kind of the trickiest part of it, is getting those chord changes there. That's where I've had the most problems with playing it. But this, just that, is actually kind of a really cool riff. It's got a real good swing to it, good blues vibe. So it's a pretty cool riff. All right, so there you have it. More subscriber requested riffs. I believe that it will be volume 3, I think, maybe volume 4. I'm not sure. So if you like this lesson, be sure to give me a thumbs up and leave a comment down below if you have any questions about this or other guitar-related topics. If you have a request for a riff, leave that in the comments too. So I'm going to continue to do this, to make these videos, these request riff videos. There's also a link in the description of this video, so you can download a free chord chart from Guitar Control. It's actually really cool. You download it, print it off. It's very straightforward, just all of the chords that you could ever need for really any kind of music that you'd want to be playing, and then it's just at a glance you have that information. If you've not already done so, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content that we upload throughout the week. Well, that is all I have for you today. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.